As we traveled through Vietnam, we witnessed the real Vietnam, the one that isn't found in guidebooks. A world of bright red and blue plastic stools, scooters, and a symphony of street-side chaos. Forget everything you think you know about dining. The rules here are different. Your table is a square of plastic, a few inches off the ground. You'll sit so low, your knees practically touch your chin, a posture that feels absurd, until you realize it's the perfect angle to observe the bustling street life around you. The beeps of motorbikes, the clatter of bowls, the lively chatter of a dozen conversations. This isn't background noise. It's the soundtrack to your meal. This is where you'll find the most authentic flavors. The bowls of pho aren't just soup. They're a morning ritual, a steaming promise of a new day. The banh mi isn't just a sandwich. It's a canvas of flavors, each layer from the crisp baguette to the savory pat and spicy chili. Fresh green cilantro, telling a story. Every dish, from the fragrant bucha to the fresh spring rolls, is a masterpiece of balance, cooked with generational wisdom and an undeniable love for food. But the magic isn't just in what you eat. It's in who you're with. You might arrive as a stranger, a nervous tourist fumbling with chopsticks. But surrounded by locals, students and families, you quickly become part of the scene. They'll share a plate of peanuts or sunflower seeds. They teach you a new word for delicious and make room for you. At a table that seemed impossible to fit into, the food becomes a bridge, a shared language that transcends any barrier. By the end of the night, you'll leave with your senses awakened, a full stomach, and a new appreciation for the simple pleasures. Your clothes might carry the smoky aroma of the grill, but you'll have no regrets. The tiny plastic stool isn't just a seat. It's an entry point to the heart and soul of Vietnam's culture. The extreme humidity provides the perfect excuse to indulge in a glass of pure gold. Only in Vietnam, where beer gets served on ice. Enjoying a local beer on the street corner, sitting on the red or blue miniature plastic chairs, sometimes 2 or 3 stacked up together to hold the weight of an oversized foreigner. But this, we will never exchange for a high chair at a bar counter. Beer never tasted so good. Sitting people watching whilst enjoying a glass or two. And then there is always the pass-by simple. Where are you from? Or, hello, what's your name? And of course the ever-popular Madam, massage. Vietnam, the people, the beeps, the aromas, all part of the experience. The one country where you will be served with eggs on your noodles, eggs on your rice, and even eggs in your coffee. These bluish, bubbly glasses are an almost iconic symbol of drinking beer on the sidewalks in Hanoi. It has a very rustic handmade shape and makes the beer taste so much better. Vietnamese people take pride in their country's history and achievements, and this sentiment is openly expressed in their daily life. Patriotism is visible in various ways, including the display of Vietnamese flags. You will find flags proudly displayed all over the country. Locals will wear the famous red flag with its prominent yellow star on their chests with great pride. The Vietnamese conical hat, or non la, has a history spanning over 3,000 years. Initially a practical item for protection against the tropical sun and rain, it has evolved into a deeply symbolic cultural icon representing Vietnamese identity, rural life, and resilience. Made from natural materials like palm and bamboo leaves, the Nom Law is a testament to Vietnamese craftsmanship and remains an important cultural emblem today. The hat is crafted by skilled artisans who meticulously layer and secure the leaves onto a conical frame of bamboo. Considered the national costume, the Odai is a long, form-fitting tunic with slits up the sides, worn over wide-legged pants. It's a symbol of grace and is popular for weddings, festivals, and formal occasions. Vietnamese lanterns, particularly in Hoi An, have a history stretching back to the 16th and 17th centuries, when Chinese and Japanese merchants brought the craft to Vietnam. Initially used for practical lighting and to bring good fortune, the tradition evolved with local artisans adapting the designs and materials to create uniquely Vietnamese styles, like the silk-framed bamboo lanterns still seen today. Vietnam's incense-making tradition is a centuries-old craft, dating back to the Nguyen dynasty. The intricate process involves preparing bamboo, mixing natural aromatic pastes from flowers and wood, and applying them to bamboo sticks, a tradition that blends artisanal skill with deep cultural significance. The craft has been passed down through generations, preserving and perfecting the techniques over centuries. Vietnamese people use incense as a sacred medium to connect the living world with the divine and the world of ancestors. The fragrant smoke from incense is seen as a prayer rising to heaven, making it an integral part of cultural and religious rituals, especially during Tet, the Lunar New Year. Vietnam is known for its coffee-drinking culture, the country with probably the best coffee in the world. Milk coffee or bạc siu. Salted caramel cream coffee. Traditional drip coffee with condensed milk. Strong dark black coffee. Cà phê muối or salted cream coffee on ice is a savory sweet combination. Vietnamese egg coffee is rich and made of strong Robusta coffee topped with a sweet, airy custard made from whipped egg yolk and condensed milk. Coffee with whipped coconut milk and roasted coconut flakes. Vietnam is also famous for its rice, with rice farms or rice paddies spread all over the country, making for breathtaking scenes. During harvesting season, the fields are filled with seasonal workers or families harvesting their crops. During summer school holidays, the youngsters would often give their family members a hand in collecting the crop. In some areas, farmers still use sickles to cut rice stalks by hand. Tractors and specialized rice harvesters are increasingly used to make the process faster and less physically demanding. Water buffalo are used in rice farming for plowing muddy fields, providing natural fertilization with their manure, and helping with weed control by treading in the paddies. The streets of Vietnam, in fact, every open piece of land, are spread with rice, left to be air-dried. Burning rice fields is a post-harvest practice where farmers burn crop residue to quickly clear fields for the next season, control weeds, reduce pests, and return some nutrients to the soil. When Vietnamese farmers take a break in the fields, you will often see them smoking a pipe made from bamboo, simply referred to as the farmer's pipe. Needless to say, Vietnam is famous for its rice dishes, such as bamboo sticky rice, mango sticky rice with coconut milk, burnt rice served with goat meat, rice served with pork or chicken, and egg fried rice. Siesta time in Vietnam occurs between the hours of 11 and 2. Most businesses are closed, and streets are somewhat quieter. Most fascinating are people's abilities to sleep anywhere. No bed, pillow, chunky duvet or lullaby needed. A makeshift hammock, a scooter, table or floor will do. During siesta time, people are sprawled out anywhere and everywhere, catching some peaceful zets. When visiting shops, schools or offices during siesta time, don't be surprised to find the lights turned off and all employees on the floor, casually sleeping next to their desks and computers or behind the counter, each with their own small pillow and blanket from home to make the daily event a little more comfortable. Vietnam also has a tradition of taking off your shoes before entering someone's house or business. For foreigners, it can be irritating to keep taking on and off your shoes, but it is an important factor in the way of Vietnamese life, especially if you consider the fact that they mostly sit flat on the floor to eat, and they have sacred shrines, living room temples or altars in the living rooms. Therefore important to respect this rule. Coconut boat rides are a popular tourist experience in Vietnam, where visitors paddle traditional round bamboo basket boats. The experience includes activities like crab fishing, watching skilled boat performances, and singing along to music.
Ole, ole, ole.
Ladies practicing their dancing skills, and then there's this little one stealing the show, with his charming interaction with us foreigners. Xin Chao, you're super cutie little one. The kids just got our attention wherever we went. They particularly enjoyed practicing their English skills. Some strange food choices we rather skipped. We witnessed some incredible skills practiced by the locals, such as weaving. Woodcrafting is sustained by family lines and the ongoing sharing of knowledge and techniques across generations. Pottery is also an art practiced all over Vietnam, with lots of students pursuing their drawing skills across the country. And who would have thought that picking mangoes also requires a special kind of skill? As much as it is for growing a beard in Vietnam. Lifting and balancing hanging baskets are undoubtedly a skill of another tricky kind, and one can't help but to admire the poor ladies for their resilience in mastering this balancing skill. Don't worry, chopsticks are a skill acquired with practice. Yes, a lot of practice, as much as it is to get to understand the Vietnamese dong. And finally, all the skills that go into driving and stacking bikes and scooters in Vietnam is a skill that tops it all.